everyone. This is Ariel from the Gilded Alchemy coming back at you. I wasn't sure if I was going to do anything today because I wasn't really seeing anything that was standing out to me, but something just hit the presses and it might sound superficial, but it's about a Bravo celebrity. I don't know how familiar any of you are with Bravo shows. I'm a Bravo watcher, but I mainly stick with the Housewives. And even now with the Housewives, I'm a little bit kind of on the outs in a lot of ways. But, you tend to still know what happens with other shows. And what broke today is from the show Summer House. And on Summer House, there is a woman. Her name is Ciara Miller, and she was dating this dude named West Wilson on the show, and they famously broke up. I don't know if he cheated on her, he was just acting strange or something like that, but they broke up at some point a couple seasons ago. And now, today, he is dating someone else from the show, one of Ciara's friends. Her name is Amanda Batula. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her last name, but West is now dating Amanda, and Amanda, I guess, has portrayed herself as being Ciara's friend. And the last time this happened, this was on Vanderpump Rules, which at one point was a popular show, and a whole scandal came about just a couple years ago. I think this happened in 2023, where there was a couple, they were living together, Ariana Maddix and Tom Sandoval, and Tom cheated on Ariana with this girl named Rachel, who was also on the show. And it became this whole thing. They dubbed it Scandovol, and it really changed the trajectory of the show. And I guess it was so drama-filled that the show was even nominated for an Emmy, something like that, something that was like unheard of, because ain't no Bravo shows getting nominated for nothing around here. So, I think when stuff like this happens, especially when it's someone that portrays themselves as being friends on the show, like Rachel was supposedly Ariana's friend, Amanda was supposedly Ciara's friend, and I guess they portray themselves as being girls, we're girls, whatever that means, honey, because whatever that means, I'll just say that. Ain't no such thing as a girl's girl, especially when there's a dick involved. You know what I'm saying? And everything goes out the window. But I guess because of the news that came out, I guess they didn't tell her or anything. I really don't know. We really don't know. But someone caught her so devastated on the streets of New York City, honey. She was so devastated that she was sitting on a New York City sidewalk. Girl, stand up. Stand up. Because I've seen this Wes Wilson, and he ain't all that cute. He is not all that cute. Now, she just could be devastated for the friendship of it all. Like, how dare my friend, how can my friend be dating my ex or something like that? I don't know, but girl, he is not worthy of some of you sitting on a New York City sidewalk in a dress, okay? There is no need to put ass to walk for that man or any man, if I'm being honest with you, okay? Like, there is no way you would catch my ass sitting down on a New York City street or sidewalk, okay? Not even if it was freshly paved. You got that? You gotta be real outside your mind to want to do some shit like that. I'm just saying, okay? And I'm gonna put the picture up because it's like, girl, get your ass up off that. And not only that, she must have been so distraught. Now, this is just an assumption. I don't really know what's going on with this, but this is just an assumption because of the picture. But there is an unidentified man in the picture, and this was caught by Page 6. Someone sent this to Page 6, okay? And they had to zoom in because it's looking real grainy. But It says an unidentified man. Looks like he's consoling her. Girl, do you know how down bad you gotta be? Do you know how down bad you gotta be for someone in New York City to come over and be like, girl, is you alright? Girl, is you alright? Man, now that's actually happened to me on the subway. I lived in New York City. It happened to me on the subway. Ironically, by a homeless woman asking me if I was all right. That's something. So guess what? A man was involved. So I know this girl got to be down bad. But at least my ass was on the bench. Okay, at least my ass was in the seat. Whew. You know what? It's like, I'm here for you, girl. We're here for you. And apparently she's a very popular Bravo celebrity. I guess a lot of people like her. So people are like, see how I'm getting. That's why we need to alchemize this. This is why we need to alchemize. It's long story short. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. You know when some bullshit is happening, that abundance is on the way at some point in time. The pendulum always swings from where's the camera at? From one side to the next, you know? So sometimes it swings like this, a little bit slowly, a little bit, it's still going, a little bit. Sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. So I hope that whatever is happening for Ciara, that she'll come out on top and leave them in the dust. Because listen, I never saw it for Summer House like that. I probably watched about 2 episodes, and that's being generous. I'm not even sure if I watched an episode all the way. So I don't really know what goes on over there. It's just when you watch Bravo shows, you just kind of hear it all. And with the last scandal, that thing lasted for like a month in real time. You know, these things that happen in the news or in entertainment news, it's like a maximum of 2 days. But no, that thing was like a month long. So what we're going to try to do is just get, see how we can handle that energy. Now, I've already shuffled these cards because I didn't have any sound in the previous one that I recorded. Oh my gosh. Technical difficulties. I thought Mercury was out of Gatorade. So I know it's kind of silly to be like calling on my angels and guides for this type of nonsense, but no, like but a lot of us do know that relationship dynamics, it really does take a lot out of us. And when we are invested in a show like this because you're watching a reality show and you're hoping that this is people's real lives, I mean, the way that the girl is devastated, either that's some really good acting or she is actually that devastated. So I'm sure that this is going to be something that Bravo watchers, I know there's already a Reddit thread about this. You know what I'm saying? I already know. So calling on our angels and guides, our heart space and our womb space. Let's just activate it right now, okay? Activate it. Let's send her a little bit of love. Let's send her some love. You know, that she'll get over this and that she'll come out better. And that we'll all come out better and on top. Yeah, let's just take a deep breath. I had to get that out of my system because, ooh, sitting on the ground. Oh, no, girl. Ooh, in a white dress, honey. It's just, ooh. See, I'm getting back to it. We gotta pull ourselves out. All right, so what can we bring into our lives from this situation? How can we use this energy from Ciara on Summer House and use it? Not from Ciara, but the energy surrounding the situation that we might be invested in if you're a Bravo watcher, and use it to our advantage. What's going on there? What should we start to focus on? Oh. Taking a loss first. It's just a situation. She got to take that L. She got to take that L, okay? She got to take that L from even dating that Dusty in the first place. Girl, he wasn't even cute. And I know he didn't have a personality. He don't even look like he had a personality. You got to take that L. But let's see what it says. Like, oh my gosh. Just as nature moves through cycles, so do you. When financial or emotional loss occurs, step back and see the full picture. This is just a passing storm in a lifetime of unfolding abundance. Come on. Hello? We don't even have to get into that. We don't even have to get into that because we've already gotten into that. Okay? Infinite self. I want to see what this is. Negative manifesting. Okay. You are a powerful force of creation in the universe. Your negative words and thoughts hold as much power to manifest as your positive ones. Be mindful of where your focus lies, for energy flows where attention goes. Is this not on point? Is this not on point? We are powerful, so we can't get into the trouble that these men wanna give us. You know what I'm saying? Or us as in the divine feminine, even though men and women have the divine feminine, but we're just talking from a woman standpoint, a womb holder standpoint right now, just for the second. But it's just like, because so many of us have been in relationships that have like broken us, or we've had these thoughts, that's why we get so like, that's why these grab us so much. So we can't let that shake the ground. We can't let it shake that New York City ground. Girl, get up. So that's to all of us. Get up, rise up. Okay, because we are powerful. We are powerful creators, and that's exactly what we're doing. We are alchemizing these situations. Listen, if you were in a relationship, or if you're wondering what's going on, get your ass up. Get your ass up. Because hello, your infinite self is here. You are infinite. We are infinite creators. It says the path to abundance is not about acquiring more, but about uncovering the infinite potential within you. As you journey inward, you will discover that your true self is limitless, capable of manifesting everything that you have envisioned. So I'm not going to go into what Ciara has possibly manifested or created from the situation, or anyone else on the show, or anything like that. But we have the power to create anything in our lives. We've already done it. Anything that we might consider positive, anything that we might consider negative, and we just have to take that into true belief that we are infinite and that we can do anything. So that is what we need to remember from this situation. Fuck these men, girl. I'm talking to the ladies. My ladies. We are infinite, okay? We are infinite. We have everything that we need inside of right here and in our minds to create what we need to. Oh, child. I had to cleanse the space a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And relight some incense, some rose incense, to bring in some sweetness. But I'm back. All right. So we have the Foretell card deck here, because we want to see what the energy is that's surrounding us to becoming, or to aligning more with our infinite self, okay? Ooh. All right, what's the energy surrounding us with becoming or aligning with our infinite self. Karmic ties. Karmic ties. You are entangled in a karmic dance, replaying lessons that demand resolution. Look deeper. This connection holds both challenge and purpose. So there are some of us out here that are still holding on to karmic ties that could be held from past lives. And we really need to get to the bottom of those beliefs because they are coming forward to the present. Whew, oh my gosh, this is like blowing my mind, kind of. But get out of this karmic dance, and a lot of times these karmic dances have to do with our past relationships. So this is something that if what's happening to Ciara is resonating with you, maybe she has some type of karmic tie. I'm not putting that on her because I don't do celebrity readings, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really here for that for myself, but just using it as an example, maybe she has a karmic tie, but if it's resonating her situation with you, maybe that's something that you have as well and that you need to look at. And that's something that, you know, you get messages from your subconscious, the patterns that we repeat in our lives, those patterns that seem to just be cycles that you're in. They tend to be either karmic or ancestral, and it's worth taking a look and examining and seeing just how we can move from karma into dharma. Because listen, the way that the world is changing right now, ain't gonna be no more karma. So you don't want to carry that old karma into a new reality, okay? Because that would just lead to what? Negative manifestation, okay? And a helping hand. Help is arriving. Oh, isn't that crazy? Because that man was like, girl, get your ass up off the street. Girl, get your ass up off the street. A helping hand. Help is arriving, whether through a kind word, a generous act, or unseen forces working in your favor. So this is also kind of relating to the message from yesterday where what was it, inner circle. So we're trying to align with the inner circle. So all you need is one. All you need is that one helping hand. And so sometimes you just gotta like wipe the sleep out your eyes, wipe the tears from your eyes and from your face, so you're able to see that helping hand. And I really hope that man on the street helped Ciara in her moment of need and was able to help her. So that's also an example that we can take from the situation where, you know, all you have to do is look up to see that someone wants to help you and wants to be there for you, even if it's just for a split second. You know, even if it's just for a split second, because who wants to be so down bad? I'm not getting over this. I'm not getting over this. That you got your ass to the New York City nasty ass pigeon rat filled poop street piss, just everything, okay? To where you're down bad. You're literally down bad. You're down on the ground, and someone sees you and they help you. Like, wow, that's unheard of like that. And don't get me wrong, people in New York City, they actually do help out. People want to give those who are from or live in New York City like a bad rap, and like they just cussing people out on the street, but normally it's warranted. and they are very helpful. So I'm glad that she, in her moment of need, was able to hopefully receive the help. I don't know how she took it, but I'm really praying that she did. You know, let's just pull one more card around the energy. Come on now, come on. A healing path. True healing happens on every level. physical, emotional, and spiritual. As you care for your body, also nurture your thoughts and release what no longer resonates. You're on a path of wellness. So, if this doesn't teach us anything, is like relationships are really meant to help us heal. It's meant to help us heal situations in our bloodline, in our DNA, things that have been passed down from past lives, things that we carry from past lives. This is our healing journey. And so one of the best ways to catalyze that healing is through relationships. So I hope if any of you out there are in a situation where you are confused or hurt by a relationship, that you're on your healing path. You're on your healing path. And maybe all you need is that one person to help you get through it in a way. Maybe it's through an encouraging word, and it could be something that you see here on YouTube. Maybe it could be something that you hear in a podcast, or something, a line someone says from a TV show. If it's not someone who is actually in your personal day-to-day life, you can get a sign from anywhere. If it was meant for you, it was meant for you, and you'll know it because you feel it in your heart, you know? So take that helping hand, write it down. Write it down. Something that I do personally is when I hear certain things, I'll write it in my notes app so I can get that reminder later on, like, oh wait, what was that thing that someone said or that I read or in a book or just a line? This is how we continue to align. Every single time that we heal, we're aligning with our infinite self. When we're shedding those old beliefs, getting rid of those old thought forms and alchemizing it into the new, we are aligning more with our infinite self. And I don't know if you know this or not. Lean in. What that lady said? Who was that lady from who used to work on Facebook? Lean in. Anywho, let me tell you, every time you heal, it's like you're putting something out into the force field that makes it easier for other people to heal too. Isn't that beautiful? Because we are all one through the law of one. I don't want anyone to get it twisted. Like, I'm still like, this ain't no all lives, nothing like that. But when someone does something, we're able to kind of like grab it from the force field, which is why we're doing this. We're alchemizing situations so that we can grow ourselves, you know, and focus more on our inner world than the outer world of like what's happening with Bravo celebrities, as tempting as it is. Because girl, who cares about their people, girl? They not your friends, girl. Whew. Talk about Ciara. But every time someone heals, it makes it a little bit easier for us to heal. It's like they're dropping codes for us, and when we do it, it makes it a little bit easier for someone else to do it too. People that we don't even know. So if you're healing, what you're doing is so important for our universe. And I really want you to understand that. I really do. Healing is important work. Being an alchemist is important work. Being a healer is important. Holding on your gifts is important. It's just, that's your legacy. That's your legacy, whether you know it or not. It's always going to ripple through the universe. You're infinite, okay? Act like it. I'm talking to myself too. Act like a girl. Girl, get up. No, I'm about to get up. But I hope this resonated with you. Any Bravo watchers out there? Hey, we're here. I might start. No, I'm not going to start watching Summer House for this. But I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that this reading resonated with you in some way. Remember, we're not we're taking losses, we can learn something from anything, because what? There's a lifetime of unfolding abundance. And to be our infinite self, we have to know that that abundance is already here. Okay? Understand these karmic ties. Look out for the helping hand. Get on your path to healing, because our infinite self is here. All right? I'm going to check y'all later on the next one. Bye.